Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fish and fries of every age and size, welcome back once again to the Bass Pro Shops Fishing Sim World Pro Bass Tournament as we follow up on our sensation of the season, the Sallywhacker himself, Mr. Basquatch, Higgs Boson, as he climbs the leaderboards through the amateurs into the pros. And today, we follow him once again on his journey to Alabama State Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Lake Guntersville, Alabama, as we follow our main... God damn it, Gary. Hang on, I want to plug his microphone. Alright, welcome back once again to Lake Guntersville, Alabama, as we follow our sensation of the season, Mr. Boson himself, as he continues to climb the ranks once again in the pros, taking home 2 trophies already, bringing home several sponsors under his belt. He is finally on his way to the top, to being the Bass Master. This day, this afternoon, this gorgeous sunny day on Lake Guntersville, Alabama, we will see you out there on the lake as we catch up with Mr. Number 1 himself, Higgs Boson. See you out there on the lake today. Alright, fuck you, Gary. Anyway, we are out here today on Lake Guntersville, Alabama, with our sensation of the season. Today's event is a harrowing 3 rounds, 20 minutes apiece. Top 5 fish every round. Add them up, put them together. That's your winner. Will our main man, Mr. Boson, be able to hang on for 3 rounds? Find out today. As always, we go down to the docks where our main man, Mr. Boson, the Sallywhacker Bassmaster himself, Mr. Basquatch, is casting out his first line. And as always, this tends to set the tone for the rest of the tournament. Looks like he is working with the Cinco, the little fat wormy worm. I don't know what you call it. I haven't even put the vodka in my coffee yet. Let me get the coffee in. Oh, as I've mentioned before, our main man has a little bit of a superstition. Has to cast from the dock. Oh my God, look at that. Is that a new paint job I see on that boat? That looks to be the storm green. Our man has put some of his earnings back into his boat and upgraded to a new paint scheme. We love to see it. You love to see a little bit of the pocket money going in to a little flare. Let's see if he can keep it together this evening. Out here on the lake, we are just about 3 minutes into round 1 of 3, and already we have a 9-pounder up on the board at number 1. Boson still dragging a worm on the bottom of the lake. We will see where this goes. Stick with our man, he's just getting started. Where there's grass, there's bass, and we've seen our boy land some absolute slabs out here on Lake Guntersville. Will he be able to do it today? Time will tell. It's only a matter of time. As usual, our boy. Oh man, somebody hit the wrong button. As usual. Oh, and our boy is on. We've got a fish on. First one of the afternoon. Let's see if he can reel her in. Keep it going. Working that rod. I've noticed our man has improved his rod finesse over the time that we've watched him grow. And today we are seeing an absolute master at the top of his game. Let's see what his first bag will be. I'm just as gripped as this fish right now. And there you go, folks. He's got her in the net. Absolute beauty. That will put him at least on the board at 7 pounds and 1 ounce. That will get him a spot on the board. Third place at 7 pounds and his first fish. Boson has made it up to the leaderboards at just under 5 minutes into the round. But those leaderboards are climbing fast. Our man's going to have to step it up a little bit. Maybe it's time to pull out a different bait and throw some magic. Now, as I've tried to say several times, but I just kept getting interrupted. Our man usually doesn't kick into play until about 10 minutes left in the round. I mean, we've seen quite a bit. We've seen this man come up from behind in the last 10 minutes. So we're just going to have to stick with him this afternoon and enjoy the beautiful weather here in Alabama as we watch our man Boson try to get another bass on. Our leaderboards today are graced by several professionals well known in the game, but they're going to know our man Boson. He's been climbing the leaderboards. Well, he climbed the leaderboard and he stayed at the top and has yet to find his match. Will it be today? Will 3 rounds be too many rounds? Can he keep it together once again? We'll find out today. The fish are flopping, top water splashing. He should have no problem bringing a bag. And we will catch back up with him when we see some more action on the rod. Just under 10 minutes into the round, and Boson has yet to add another fish to his bag, sitting steadily at 7 pounds still. Top bag at 13 pounds, with Matt Racine in the lead. But here we go, folks. Here we go. Boson has a fish on. Let's see if he can work this Sally towards the boat. She is way out there. It's going to take a little bit more than that rod finesse, buddy. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, and she is putting up a fight. Look at that top water splashing. We might have an absolute slab on our hands here. Can he keep it on? Can he keep it on? I've got my fingers and my rods crossed. And there we go, folks. It looks like he's got her in the bag, and that is an absolute monster. Beautiful fat Sally right there. Personal best, 8 pounds, 5 ounces, small mouth, but fat belly. You love to see it, and that'll put him up in second place with his second fish. And just over 10 minutes left on round 1 here on Alabama State Championship, Lake Guntersville. We have quite a race on our hands here. And we catch back up with Boson. Looks like he is moving on to another location this afternoon in that gorgeous green boat he just upgraded recently. Must have been his earnings from his last big win. Picking up some new sponsors, I hear, as well. We will see if they stick around today. The sun is beating on my neck out here on the Alabama Lake. My God. Between the vodka coffee and the sun on my neck, I am raging right now. Oh, looks like he got another land fish there. One of those land bass he's going for. And once again, our man is just, what is he doing today? Get a little shore sauce on the lure, a little shore lure. And we are just over 8 minutes left on the round. Boson in third place. Can he, in his professional career, come from behind in round one and bring home the number one bag today? It is looking like it's gonna be a hot one on the lake, and the competition is steaming. But you love to see a little bit of something to lose out on the lake. If I had to be honest, I'd say Boson's had a pretty easy ride so far. He has kept his bag at almost double, triple the... Oh, and we are on with a perfect strike. That is amazing. That fish absolutely chomped. We'll see if Boson can keep it on. Just a master of the rod finesse. Let's see if he can keep this absolute beast on the rod, on the line. Just like his reputation this afternoon, this bass is on the line. Let's see if he can reel it back in. She is really fighting him. I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know if we're going to see him climb the leaderboards today. This might be his first under first place win. Do you call that a win? I don't know. I told you I put the wrong thing in my... Oh my gosh. And we have her in the bag. Look at that absolute Sally Slabber. Beautiful, beautiful. 9 pounds and 11 ounce largemouth bass. That will put him up there. He's got to be happy about that. And there we go, folks. 25 pounds in the bag, putting him at first place ahead of John Hunter at just 18 pounds and 9 ounces. He's going to need another 8 to 9 pounds just to touch tips with Higgs. And as usual, Higgs is right back at it again. Never slows down. Doesn't stop to take an Insta. He just goes right back to flopping that rod. Flinging that flappy flopper. Flappy flopper is what they used to call me in high school. And with just over 5 minutes left in round one, Higgs has managed to pull out an absolute slab. That's 2 S's, 2 L's, and a big old B. Slab. Emphasis on the LB. And at 25 pounds, he may secure the bag with 5 minutes remaining this afternoon in round one. John Hunter climbing just behind. 19 pounds, 13 ounces. And our man Boson is on again. Oh, it looked like he was on, but not today. Not today. I don't know what went wrong there, but as always, our man is back at it. Nothing stops him. He's got less than 5 minutes remaining this afternoon. And let's just see if he can top that bag. At this point, we are just putting pounds on pounds on pounds. One more absolute slab could secure the entire tournament this afternoon. Still 2 rounds left this afternoon. We shall see. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, did you see that top water splash? Did not look like a very good hook set, but my goodness, this fish is hungry. He wants to get in the bag. And Bozon's going to let him. Let's see if he can land this feisty mother basser. With just over 3 minutes remaining in the afternoon. What just happened there? He got a boat flopper. We've got a boat flopper. Look at that. What is going on? My goodness. Reality has broken. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here, folks, out on the lake, but that is an amazing catch if I've ever seen one. A topwater splash, a fight, a break, a boat flip. Let's go, Bozon. With another 3 pounds in the bag. 28 pounds, it's going to count. Putting him, once again, 7 pounds ahead of the lead. Alexandra Prado. John Hunter in third place now. He finally hit that 20-pound spot, and Bozon lands another bass. Is that it for the afternoon, folks? We shall see with just over 2 minutes remaining at round 1. We've seen it before. We might see it again. Bozon could pull another Betty out of the bass bag. We shall see. With 28 pounds already in the bag. Oh, and he is on once again. Didn't look like a very good hook set, but he is on. Look at the sun this afternoon shining on the lake. Oh, you'll love to see it. You'll love to see the feisty fish. A lot of topwater splashing. Makes for some great fishing. Let's see if Bozon can bring this one in. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. It looks like she didn't want to get in the bag. You hate to see it, but he's already in first place, so I don't think there's any sweat off of his brow. And once again, you cast to the last. If there's grass, there's bass, and he's going to keep at it. Just over 1 minute remaining on the clock this afternoon. The first round of the Alabama State Championship out here on Lake Guntersville, Alabama. Higgs Bozon, as usual, in the lead. But not by much this afternoon. And only 4 pounds separates Bozon from John Hunter. And Hunter is hunting for Higgs. If I have had to say any leaderboard race I've seen this tournament, it's going to be this one. I mean, Bozon and John have been neck and neck this entire afternoon. With just 30 seconds left on the clock, I don't think Bozon's going to bring another fish in. It may be safe to say... Oh, and John is out of the boards. Jay Garstecki coming up with a 24.5-pound bag. He is right behind Higgs with that 28-pound bag. Will he be able to keep it together for another 10 seconds? We shall see. And oh my goodness, the leaderboards are just hopping. Caleb Sumrell is now in second. And there we go, folks. Round 1, 28 pounds, 8 ounces. Your man Bozon with only 4 fish this afternoon, leading the bag thus far. And we will catch back up with you guys in round 2 of the Alabama State Championship in just a moment. Higgs Bozon, your number 1 Bassmaster yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back out on Lake Guntersville in Alabama with our boy Bozon in round 2 of the Alabama State Championships. We will continue to follow our main man. Once again, fishing from the docks, first things first. Turns out, from what I understand, it's not just a first cast, but he's throwing out a prayer. Our man Bozon likes to give a little prayer up to the heavens above for a little assistance out on the lake. Not just a fisher of bass, but a fisher of men himself. Bozon saying a little prayer before he gets out on the boat. That gorgeous green storm color. I have to say I'm quite jealous. I wish I had a boat. But here I am, up in the booth, once again, on this gorgeous Alabama afternoon, Lake Guntersville, round 2 of the Bass Pro Shops Fishing Sim World presents the Pro Bass Tour. And here we are following our main man, number 1, Higgs Bozon, as he continues to push the leaderboards. Nothing on the board today, just under 2 minutes into the round. Still fishing from the dock. I don't know if he's got a feeling, but I've got a feeling we're going to see a heck of a tourney today. Stick around, folks. We will catch back up later on the lake when Bozon's got a bass on and we've got some action. My goodness, it looks like we've got a monster of a fish on. Straight from the docks, Bozon's got a gigantic Mamma Jamma on the line. Let's see if he can reel this one in from the docks. Whew, it looks like he caught himself a whale. Unfortunately, it does not appear to be, a regulation bass. That, in fact, is a gar, and that is not going to count. 10 pounds, 5 ounces, would have been a great addition to the bag. Unfortunately today, we're only looking for bass, buddy. You're going to have to toss that little bastard back. And we will catch back up with Bozon, hopefully with a bass on next time. And it's no surprise after that display that he is on the move once again in that beautiful green boat that he purchased just recently. Hope he doesn't get any scratches on that beautiful sparkly paint. Proving yet again there's nothing he can't catch. Starting the afternoon off with a 10-pound gar. We'd like to see some bass. Mr. Bassmaster, Bass Squatch himself, the Sallywhacker extraordinaire. Let's see if he can get himself on the leaderboards, because as it stands, he is no longer the top dog in this race. We will catch up once again when he has a fish on. Just under 14 minutes remaining. I wanted to remind everybody to fuck Gary. And oh my gosh, Bozon's got a bass on. It looks like he has another bite. Just over 13 minutes remaining, and he has yet to get himself up in the top 3 this afternoon. Round 2, Lake Guntersville, Alabama, in the Alabama State Championship Bass Pro Tour. Let's see if Bozon can get another bass in the bag. He needs those LBs. He needs those LBs. And this little bastard is really fighting this afternoon. No amount of rod finesse is going to get you back from that one. He is way out there. It looks like Bozon has quite the battle on his hands this afternoon. Oh, and look at that. He's got her in the bag. One more bass in the bag. Throw it at her. Almost 7 pounds. That's a nice addition. And that'll put him up in second place with a 34-pound total. 37 pounds leading the day. Eric Steve in the lead. I am not sure how to pronounce that O. I hope it's not pronounced like an E. That would make it Eric Steve, and that would be a double first name. And no, bass on. We have a fish on. That looked like a beautiful strike and a beautiful hook set. Let's see if he can pull this one in. We are at just about 12 minutes on the clock, round 2. And Boson has his third fish of the day. Currently only sitting at a 6-pound bag for the day. And he's got another one to add to that. Looks to be a beautiful fat son of a gun. And that will be another 5 pounds to add to his bag. That may be enough to put him at the top. There it is. 40 pounds, 10 ounces. First place, our man Boson with a 3-pound lead. Only his second fish today. Maybe even his third. But he is at only 12 pounds, and oh my goodness, he is on again. He's in a hot streak. This must be a hot bed. It didn't look like a very good set, but he has done better with worse. Let's see what happens. Will it be another fish in the bag this afternoon? And at just under 11 minutes remaining, he is, oh my goodness, he broke it off. And that is one bass gone. One bass gone. Like his father in the 80s, he will never see that bass again. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. And look at that. Another fish has taken its place. Where one door closes, another door opens. Here we go. Will this be another addition to the bag? And he is really, really working that rod. His wife was not joking. He is no stranger to working with a big rod. Let's see if he can reel this Sally in. Oh my gosh. You hate to see it. Twice in a row he has snapped off what had to be an absolute monster. There are whales in this lake here in Alabama this afternoon. I don't know if anybody told him, but he should have brought a saltwater rod. He's going to need something bigger to bring in these bass. My goodness. You hate to see it. As soon as he gets himself in the leaderboards, he begins snapping off bass left and right. And what is this? He has switched it up to a big fat swimmer. I don't know if he's going to get any action today on that Mama Jamma, but does it matter? With just under 10 minutes remaining today, our man Boson is in the lead. Oh, and as I spoke, he is popped into second place. And will he be able to recover that this afternoon? Round 2, Lake Guntersville, Alabama, the Alabama State Championship. Our man Boson, finally sponsored, finally meeting his match and having quite the challenge this afternoon, staying in the lead. With only 12 pounds today, adding to his bag, will he be able to keep his lead throughout this tournament? We shall see. Only 8 minutes, roughly 8 minutes remaining this afternoon. Looks like our man Boson's going to switch it up once again. Throwing that Yum Dinger. Sponsored by Yum. You'll love to see it. A man using the same products he's sponsored by. That shows loyalty. That shows that you can trust in the product that sponsors them. And there we go. We have a bite. Our first cast with the Yum Dinger, and he has a bass on. Looks to be an absolute fighter. Let's see if he can keep it in. We just witnessed 2 devastating break-offs. Let's see if he can keep this one in the bag. And there you go, folks. Looks like he's got it in the net. And that is an absolute sally. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. That'll be another 4 pounds on the Yum Dinger. And that will put him back in first place. Just barely. With 44 pounds. And just over 7 minutes remaining. Here this afternoon on Lake Guntersville in Alabama. It's been quite the tournament. From round 1, our man was able to secure that bag. Within the last 10 minutes, as per usual, he brought his bag up to the number 1 spot and was able to secure it quite well. But this afternoon in round 2, it has been a struggle to stay at the top with only less than a handful of fish on, sitting at 16 pounds for the day. Oh my goodness, there it is. He is on. That looked like a beautiful top water bite, a huge splash. That's got to be an absolute monster. Let's see if he can keep it on. Let's see if he can keep it going. We've seen 2 devastating breakoffs. Let's see if he can keep this one on. The Yum Dinger doing magic. Working worms. Yum. You'll love to see it. Alright, this one is really putting up a fight. And there you go. He has got her in the net. Let's look at that. Whew, that has got to make him happy. And with another 5 pounds on the board, once again, today's total, 22 pounds, putting him at 50 pounds on the leaderboard. That is a full 13 pounds ahead of second place, Cody Detweiler. I'm sorry, buddy. You had your taste of first place, but it's gone. Boson is back on with just over 5 minutes remaining this afternoon, and Boson has a 13-pound lead today. Will he be able to hold on to it for the next 4.5 minutes? Looks like he's switching up again to his tried and true squiggly worm. That boy loves his worms. And I can't blame him. We've watched as time and time again, he has worked his worm, worked his magic, made his wishing upon a star, his prayer on the dock, whatever it is he's doing, it is working. You'll love to see it. And with just about 4 minutes left on the clock, our man casually casting into the same hotbed he's been hitting this afternoon, producing Mamma Jamma after Mamma Jamma. I see no need to move from this spot, as Boson has proved time and time again, where there's grass, there's bass. And at just under 4 minutes remaining, we will go ahead and ride out the end of this tournament, this round to this afternoon on Lake Guntersville in Alabama. Once again, I thank you. Sponsored by Bass Pro Shops Fishing Sim World, and Bass on Boson. Here we go. We got another bass on, it looks like. Boson working his magic right here at the end with just over 3 minutes remaining, and we're going to see if he can up the bag yet again. He's got a real hotbed of feisty fish he's been fighting all afternoon. Let's see if he can get one more to just hop right into that bag. Looks like this one's going to be an absolute slab if he can manage to land it. My goodness, you just love to see it. Another boat flop. There you go. Jeebus Kruby. An 8-pound monster to round out the afternoon putting our man Boson up to 58 pounds in the number one spot, 30 pounds today. He is 12 pounds ahead of the pack. Gustavo Paredes, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to go home in second place today. 2 minutes left on the clock in round two. And Boson just pulled in an absolute slab to round out the afternoon. Just over a minute remaining. Can he do it one more time? Ladies and gentlemen, don't discount anything yet. Our man is an absolute... Oh my goodness. And once again, with just over a minute remaining, we have another fish on. Will Boson get another bag? And this one's going straight for the prop. Will he get another bass in the bag? And it looks like we're going to add a few more LBs to that top spot today. Little guy at 3 pounds, but hey, we'll take it. Doesn't affect his top, but it is another fish on the hook. And with just under 1 minute left, we will count down this afternoon. I think it might be safe to say our man Boson is securing that number one spot once again this afternoon in Alabama. You'll love to see it. It doesn't happen often, unless apparently you're Boson. And with 30 seconds left on the clock, he's going to go ahead and give it one more whack. Wouldn't it be just amazing to see him whack a fat Sally right at the last 10 seconds again? But it looks like this afternoon, 58 pounds is going to take home round two. And once again, your number one spot will go to our sensation of the season, Sally Whacker extraordinaire, the Bass Squatch himself, Higgs Boson, with another first place win at 58 pounds for the day, 30 pound total for the round. And we will go into round three today in Alabama State in just a little while here. We will catch back up with Higgs. Ladies and gentlemen, as we go to round out our afternoon here in Alabama, I am being informed I am absolutely colorblind. Boson has not changed his boat at all. It appears to be the color of the lake reflecting off of the paint has tricked my dumb eyes into thinking he got a new paint job. But hearing my suggestion, it turns out he has plans to repaint that boat as soon as he wins this tournament this afternoon. As you can see, looks like he's chose a completely different portion of the lake to fish this afternoon. In this third round, just under 5 minutes into the first round. And our man Boson is fishing a new location. I don't know if he got a hot tip or if he just got a feeling on the wind, but he is at it yet again. 0 pounds on the bag today, but he is still in first place by a good 5 pounds almost. So we will see how the rest of the afternoon turns out this afternoon as we watch our man Boson in round 3, Lake Guntersville, Alabama State Championship. We may be looking at our state champion right now, and we don't even know it. We'll catch back up with him when he's got some more action. And then it looks like we are once again on the move. No fish on this afternoon. Boson looks like he is just cruising along, enjoying his afternoon. Maybe he thinks he's ahead of the game and secure in his position enough to play around. We have yet to see. Just under 5 minutes into this third round this afternoon. And our man Bozon has yet to place a fish in his net this afternoon. We shall wait and see what comes of this afternoon. Gray Buck in second place, climbing the leaderboards, pushing Bozon from behind. Maybe that'll put a little pressure on him to work his worm just a little better. We shall see. And as I speak, Bozon seems to have his first bite of this afternoon. An absolute feisty little fish. He's going to be working his magic, hoping to get one in the bag this afternoon at just over 5 minutes into the third round. And Bozon finally has his first bite of this afternoon. We shall see what the gods have blessed him with this afternoon. Seems to be an absolute slab on the end of that rod there, and we are in the net. Let's go, Higgs. We have added our first fish to the bag today, a fat Sally, 7 pounds, 4 ounces. That's a giant bass. And that'll put him securely in the lead at 66 pounds, just in time to keep his lead. 7-pound fish, first one today. Let's see if he can keep this going. We will check back in with Bozon when he has another bass on. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here on Lake Guntersville, Alabama. It's a beautiful afternoon. Once again, our seasonal sensation, our sollywhacker extraordinaire, our worm working wizard, Mr. Higgs Bozon, has not disappointed this afternoon. And here we are, just under 13 minutes on the clock. Bozon, 7 pounds on, first place, round 3. This could be it, our second trophy of the season. We've got 12 minutes left to find out this afternoon, and we will catch back up with Bozon when he's got some action. Oh, this is it, folks. This is it. Bozon has another fish on the hook, second one this afternoon. Will it be big and beautiful, just as before? We shall see. You know, our man Bozon loves those BBWs, those big, beautiful whackers. Big bass on the bag. That's 5 pounds and 15 ounces added to the mix. 13 pounds for the afternoon. 72-pound total for the championship. And that will keep him secure by almost 10 pounds yet again this afternoon in round 3 of the Alabama State Championship. And we will catch back up with Bozon. Let's see if he can get another fish on this afternoon here in a bit. But 10 minutes in, 10 minutes remaining. We are right here in the middle of the tournament, the last round of the day. And Bozon has another bass on. His current 13-pound bag puts him at 72 pounds, leading the boards by just under 10 pounds, behind Cody Detweller and John Hunter in third place with 60 pounds. What a race this afternoon. Oh, you hate to see that. He broke her off. My goodness. With a lead like that, you really want to add to your bag. There are no guarantees this afternoon. And once again, just like his dad, he may never see that fish again. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. But our man is still winning, am I right? At just under 10 minutes left this afternoon, he is still in the lead with 72 pounds over 64 pounds for second place. If he can just keep this streak alive, he may have one more trophy to add to his mantle. And we're going to go ahead and catch back up with him if he gets another bite. All right, folks, we are coming down to the wire at just over 3 minutes remaining this afternoon in the tournament. Our man Bozon still sitting at 13 pounds for the day, but it's been enough to keep him ahead of the rest of the pack. Chuck Pippin coming in. Oh, and our boy has a strike. We've got a bite and a fish on. It's fighting and flopping right out of the water. This is crazy. 3 minutes remain this afternoon, and our boy Bozon may have just secured his bag and one more trophy for the mantle. And that's a fish in the bag. That is a fish in the bag this afternoon. 4 pounds, 5 ounces. It's not a big fish, but it will add to his bag for the day, putting him up to 17 pounds for the day. 76-pound bag overall, leading by just under 10 pounds today. With just over 2 minutes remaining, can our man keep it together for the end of this round 3 Alabama State Championship Bass Pro Shop Presidents? Oh, and he's got another fish on. We've got one more fish on right at the 2.5 minute mark. Will our man keep it together? We've seen several breakoffs this afternoon. Devastating to the bag overall. But never count our man Bozon out. Here we go, another fish in the bag. And that's a beautiful Sally right there. That's just a gorgeous specimen. 4 pounds, 12 ounces, spotted bass. You love to see it. Put that in the bag. 22 pounds for the day, securing another 81-pound total bag. Cody Deadweller in second place at 69. Giggity nice. Pound bag is not enough to do it this afternoon. And with just a minute and a half remaining on the clock, Bozon is bait in the water once again. Cast to the last. If there's grass, there's bass. And he may be taking home the trophy once again. Our sensation of the season, our amateur extraordinaire, come from behind, come from nowhere, Sally Whacker extraordinaire, the Bass Master Bass Squatch, Mr. Higgs Bozon. And at just under a minute remaining on the clock, our man is casting till the lasting. But I think it's safe to say our man is bringing home one giant trophy this evening. And with 30 seconds remaining, our man is throwing out one last cast, one last hope and prayer. But I think it's safe to say, oh my goodness, and there we go. 20 seconds left on the clock, and our man has one more fish on. I don't think it's going to count. I don't think he's going to grab this one. I don't think he's going to get it in the bag in time. But there you go, folks, showing exactly why our man is the man and leading the boards all series long. 22 pounds for the afternoon. First place, 81 pounds overall, is going to take Higgs Bozon to the top, and we will catch back up with him as he catches up with that trophy. Am I right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on Lake Guntersville in Alabama as we watched history in the making. Our man Bozon once again bringing home a Bass Pro Tour trophy. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. And we will catch back up with him in the next one. Thanks for watching. Love ya. Bye. Hey, your mom wants you to subscribe if you could, please. Thank you.